Hey everyone, it's Andrew Nagel back again with another start to finish tutorial. We're going to be setting this opal into a multi-stone ring. And what I mean by a tech and a flow style ring, tech is just kind of like a straight angle style, while flow is more of the curved style that you'll see. We're also going to be setting some topaz stones into the sides of this ring for some accents. I chose some clear and some blue topaz for this ring. I chose topaz because November's coming up and that is the birthstone for that month. To get started, we will be tracing the center stone for the ring, this Ethiopian opal. I like to balance out the stone in the middle of one of the squares on the gridded paper. The gridded paper helps me balance out my designs, so I recommend that you start drawing out your designs on gridded paper instead of just blank or lined paper. We're going to start by adding one singular line that kind of runs along the outside of the stone. Right now we're drawing in the tech side of the ring, and so we're going to do some hard angles on this line, and we're just going to kind of encompass the outline of the stone. I'm going to be making a little channel here, which is where we will set the white topaz. We're going to bring this line almost following our first line that we drew, but as you can see, I'm kind of opening it up to create a channel for those stones to sit in. And then where I'm ending my lines on the other side is where they will wrap around the band of the ring. To fill in some of this space, and also kind of my plan for the last base wire on this ring is to turn it into a coil that runs along the outside of the channel set topaz. This will add some nice dimension and depth to the design and give it some good sturdiness as well. And then the last line that I'm planning out here is a wire that will be running along the outer edge of the stone, and I'm also going to connect it with the channel that holds the white topaz, so that way we can create a setting for the opal that's tied into the rest of the design. I'm going to draw out some sections where the stones can sit and draw in some of the weave that will be holding in those stones as well. I like to draw out as many wires as I can on my design, so that way I really know what I'm getting into before I start construction. Now to start the flow side of it, we're going to start kind of where those wires would curl around the band. That's where our other section of base wires will come out of the ring frame and pop up to the other side of the stone. So we're going to start a swirl right there on that upper right section of it. It helps me to turn these designs when I'm doing the curves and the swirls, because then I can kind of get that swirl going a bit more. Once the swirl gets to the top of my arc, it's a little harder for me to draw, and so moving around the paper is definitely helpful for myself. This is just going to be the guiding swirl that holds in this stone and also starts as a baseline for our other stone setting on the flow side of this ring. I'm going to just draw in the other side of the band there. Now this is all going to be flat on the ring, but what you've got to remember is that these bands will curve backwards and connect together, so this isn't exactly going to be flat. Some of this is going to be curved back and whatnot. So your ring isn't going to look exactly like your ring design. This is more of a guideline letting you know what you're doing before you just dive on into it. We're going to draw an inner swirl as well, and this will serve as the kind of inner stabling wire for the channel setting that we do on this side of the stone to keep holding it in there and to set the larger blue topaz stones. We're going to have another wire that comes from that opening out and connecting to that weave pattern and then around the band to help hold in that stone. We always want to make sure that, the stone is nice and stable inside the ring. And it's always hard to draw like the exact lines you're planning on doing, but I just kind of do like a line as a wire. I just try to do the detailing drawing as accurately as I can for where I'm going to have my wires laying and where they're going to be attaching. It just helps me to get a better result if I plan out more aspects of it before diving into the design. So we're going to draw on some of the blue topaz stone settings right there on the upper top. And so yeah, this is our design here. Nothing too crazy, but this is definitely going to be a lot more stone setting than I've shown you in the other rings that we've done on this channel before. And I've never really done a start to finish ring design. I've done some like compilation videos of the ring process, but yeah, this is going to give you all more of an in-depth look at how I make most of my rings. I can also do a fabricated ring design if you all want. Let me know in the comment section. For this one, we're going to be doing a textured wire band and wire detailing around the stone. So yeah, thank you all so much. I hope you enjoyed this and have a wonderful weekend. I hope you're enjoying yourself and getting some relaxation in.